that'll be also be something we're talking about here. We also, so our state senator, I say we, I think most people in this room, knowing where you guys live, are in this district. Our state senator, Senator Durazo, actually proposed a really bad bill that would have rolled back some of the good parts of SB 79, right? So it would have really decreased the transit stops where we could, where you could build more housing around. So for instance, the LA is about to open the Purple Line or the D Line, which is going from Koreatown out to, eventually it'll go out to Westwood. And if you actually look at population density in the city, between downtown and Westwood is the most dense part of LA. It has a ton of jobs, a ton of people live there. And so there's actually a lot of people who think, and it's a subway line, so it's underground. So a lot of people who think that that line will be one of the most trafficked in LA, because unlike some of our subway lines that go through, far-flung suburbs, it's actually a part of LA where a lot of people will take the train. This bill would have dropped all the upzoning, so all the additional apartments that we could build around those particular subway stops, which would have been really bad. So a bunch of us rallied. Folks from we submitted a letter as Faith in Housing, and then other groups that we work with, and we actually got her to back down. And they changed the bill, so it's actually now it went from being a bad bill to being a good bill. And so we're now going to shift our position on that letter and say we actually support this law, because this law now, and actually LA Metro was the person who pushed the bad version of this. So LA Metro was like, we're worried that if you guys put more housing around metro stops, it'll make people cities not want to build new metro stops. Which my position is, if you don't want people to live in your city, then why should we spend billions of dollars extending our subway to your city? But LA Metro doesn't quite see it that way. But this new version of the bill shifted, and so now it basically says, okay, if you are going to ask for that money, you can't then later change the level of service that you provide on the bus or on the train in your city to try to avoid new housing being built. So that's actually a good thing from our perspective, because once you've already spent the infrastructure to build that out, you should maintain that level of service. So we're going to push for that. That'll be our plan going forward. And then other cities. So there's no one here who lives in one of the other cities, but we're kind of tracking to see what are they doing on this. Is their version of SB 79 implementation, is it good? Is it bad? Can we make an effort by coming in as Faith in Housing and sort of either pushing back on bad implementations or supporting good implementations last minute? We're just going to have to wait and see over the next few months. Are there any questions about that? I realize there's a lot of moving parts there. So any questions? We just wanted to recap because we talked about it at our last meeting and because we encouraged some folks to call and write. So we wanted to kind of, I know a lot of you weren't there at the last meeting, but we wanted to give an update there.